Hi everyone, welcome back. Thanks for being here. I'm going to do another spring inspired painting today. So I had the colors from a painting I did a little while back that had the turquoise colors on the top and then black on one side and white on the other side. I loved those colors. It was so pretty. So I didn't have a ton of the turquoise green left that I used. So I made a new color and I absolutely love it. I'll show you. It is a beautiful, almost like a seafoam green, but I took the turquoise green, white, a little bit of phthalo blue, and then I had two other almost seafoam green colors that I had made for another painting series that I'm gonna do. And in that one, I actually mixed yellow and blue together to get this sort of green color. So this is a hodgepodge of colors here, but I really like it. So I wanted to go with something just a little less muted or a little more muted for the base, a little less bright than the turquoise green that I used to really give the colors a chance to kind of shine through. So I'm using the Azo orange, I'm using Azo yellow medium, silver, this blue color that I had made previously in the other video. If I remember, I'll try to link it in the description. I'm using sky blue light and then this beautiful rose madder kind of magenta mixture that I use. I'm going to be using the blow dryer tonight. So let's paint. Okay, so you can see all the different colors and layers that I mixed together in there. I should have probably scraped my sides a little bit better, but the color is mixed well in the cup. And if there's a little bit of striation, that's totally fine because I think it'll make the painting even better. I may also change the way that I layer my colors this time. I think instead of doing one puddle in the center, I'm going to do 3 puddles. I don't know. I might even change the order of the colors, and then I'm going to try to circle them a little bit further out. I normally just puddle directly on top, but I might change things up just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm going to blow this out. Okay, I'm finished with this. I have fixed up my sides and spread the paint around and gave it a good torch to remove any air bubbles. I want to talk for 1 second about the sides because I get this question a lot. How do you fix them? What do you do with them? What happens if you stick your finger in it? Why do you paint the sides sometimes and not paint the sides other times? And truly, it is a preference thing. Some people absolutely love their sides being perfect while they're painting. I come back in and either finish my sides, after it has dried and I just paint it in with a specific color. I frame a lot of my artwork, and so a lot of times you don't even see the sides anymore. When I first started, trust me, my sides were not perfect by any means, but painting the sides, if you're using a semi-transparent or transparent color, can help the canvas not show through. If you're getting where the paint is running off the sides and the canvas is showing through, that could be a couple of things as well. It could either be, one, that your paints are transparent. I found that if I put too much gloss medium in, it makes them more transparent and the sides will show through. Or you have a saggy canvas and it's all pooling towards the center and the paint is kind of dropping off the sides. or you have too much paint still pulling down the sides, and it will, as it drips off, it will drag all the paint with it. So multiple things for that kind of pulling off the side. But when I work with an opaque color, a lot of times I don't even worry about it because I save a little bit of it and I can reuse that, or if it's a color right out of the tube, to just paint those areas, especially for paint and water, because there's only certain parts that drip off. The rest of it is very easy to simply paint with the exact same color. If you are choosing to paint the entire, say you have like a couple of sides that you're like, I don't really care for this, you could paint all of the sides one color. And I like to start just like a tiny little bit down and just put a piece of tape and paint the entire thing around the side if I'm doing that. So do not fear, there are multiple ways to fix the sides of your canvas if you need to. Again, I personally believe this is a handmade piece of art. It's never going to be perfect. It's not a print. It's not there's nothing wrong with those, but it is something handmade, and those imperfections are part of the painting, part of the journey, and part of the artist that made them. So anywho, I just wanted to give you a little quick, I try to like insert little tidbits of helpful information for you. So hope you found that useful. Maybe that was a question that you were having. I get a lot of new people coming to my channel and they ask, questions that maybe have been answered before. So if you want me to do like a most asked questions type video, you can drop those comments into the comment box and I will take a look at those and see if it's something that I could just make maybe like a sit down video for you for. Okay, now I know that I'm going to do the 3 puddles. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna layer. And this is what I was thinking. I'm going to layer it like this, kind of like that. And then I'm going to come in with a circle here and then a circle here. So new way of layering for me as well. I think for this one, I'm going to do, let's see if this makes any difference. Because normally I would just puddle them right on top of one another. Then I think I'm going to do, so we'll have, do I want to do the light blue next? It's pretty similar to this color. Then maybe I'll do the orange. And then maybe the yellow. I don't know if this is actually going to come out with spiraling them this way. And then my silver I'll do all throughout. Woo! Okay. Now, for my next one, I've got one there, I'm gonna do one here and one there. So I did the darker blue on the base of this one. Maybe I'll do the magenta on this one. So again, just kind of a big ring. And then my other colors will seep in through the center. I'm going to do, I had the orange pretty predominant on that one, so I'm going to do it inward on this one. Then I'm going to go light blue. Yeah, that color is pretty similar to the base color. Then I'm going to do my dark blue. Oh, man. Now I have yellow on the top again. Dang. All right, maybe yellow will stay on the top of all of these. I should have done yellow here and then orange here on the top of this one. But you live and you learn. Okay. And my next puddle will go up here because I want this one to blow out kind of like that. So I've used the dark blue. I've used the magenta as a base. Do I want to do... Maybe I start with the yellow on this one? Ooh, I don't know. Do I keep the yellow on the top of each of them? Because that would mean my orange would go as the base color. I was trying not to get it right next, the orange right next to the blue. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, I guess yellow is gonna be the main color on this one. So now that I've done the orange, I think I'm gonna do the light blue next. I also debated whether or not I want to add a little bit of white to this. And I still haven't decided that yet. Okay, my other blue is going to go right in the center of this one. And then I guess here's my yellow again. Almost like a little bullseye, like a little ring there. Okay, and then my silver. I'm going to really try to take my time with blowing this out to try to get a design that I like. Oh, I almost spilled that. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Just ran my finger along there. Okay, so this is good. I feel like this is a little bit less circular than the other one, but all right, let's just see. I'm going to leave the white out as well. I think that the colors will be bright enough without it, so. Okay, so I like this. You can definitely, so that yellow that was on top before the, after the silver, you can definitely see that is one of the predominant colors here. But I feel like I got a really good mix of all the colors by layering them that way. And I feel like I got a good spread of all the colors that way. So making my puddles, instead of puddling everything on top of each other in like one concentrated circle, spreading them out a little bit in the direction that I want them to blow and not necessarily layering them exactly one over the other, I feel like gave me a good color mixture there. I am going to, I couldn't think of the word. I am going to just soften, you know, I like to soften some of my lines. I don't like them so harsh. And I like to do my little curly cues. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. This one little part in here, I feel like it got a little bit messed up, but I'm just going to drag that on through there. I love that this one took up, I wanted it to be big and bright, and I love that it took up so much space on the canvas, that there's not a lot of negative space there. Some people love negative space, and that is totally okay. I love big, bold colors, so this was like perfect for me. I still don't like this one little area that's in there. I might even put just a little bit of blue paint back in there. But the 3 puddles as well, I feel like did really good. Yeah, that one little area I might fiddle with just for a second. I love this color combo. And the base color is very similar. It's much greener in person, but it's very similar to the sky blue light. Yeah, I like this one. This little thing right here is just a little bit too, okay, that softened it up just a little bit. And then gonna get my edges here. Okay, this one takes up a very good amount of space. The one thing here is that I have like this little row. I'm gonna have to look at it from different angles and see. I actually don't mind this section right here. I'm gonna maybe see if I can do one little, I think maybe what I'll do is just add a little bit more. I'm gonna scrape this part right here off and add just a little bit more of the base color back down. Just to break the eye up a little bit right there and to give a little bit of a resting point, because there's so much going on and so many colors happening there. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. These are all little tweaks. You don't have to do them. I just know kind of the composition that I'm going for and what I want it to look like from further back when I'm looking at it, when you're taking in the entire picture. So that's the only reason I'm making these tweaks. You definitely don't have to do that. I think I am happy. I have a great balance of color on this. It's definitely like a spring flower in bloom for me. This makes me happy. I am good. I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I love these colors. The one thing I will say is that I wonder if I had used a yellow gold, which is an Amsterdam brand that just has the tiniest touch of orange to it, and it's softer. I wonder if that would have been a better color to go with this theme, but I'll take you and start you in the corner and show you. Here's that space that I added back in, and I think it's perfect now. Added just the right amount of space on that side to give your eye time to take in the entire design. There's those beautiful cells. Super pretty color combination. And that base color is really looking like sky blue on the camera, but it's a really pretty soft, like greenish blue color. All right, let's see how it dries. Okay, so here it is, and that beautiful, it's like a sky blue turquoise color for the background. But there's all the beautiful designs that are in it. I had the yellow, so there's lots of things to learn from this one. I had the yellow on the top, and you can see that's the predominant color on each of the puddles. I liked having the puddles more elongated because it allowed for the color to go all the way out. Normally when I do these, the background comes through in the petal, and I like that design as well, but I do enjoy it this way. I love that it is like a color explosion. Some people don't like that. Some people like more negative space, and that's totally okay. And in this one, my silver really shined through in each of the 3 puddles that were there. So super fun spring color combination on this beautiful blue background. I think it's really pretty. There's some of the details up close. But yeah, super fun colors. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Happy painting. Bye.